So it's day 3. We really didn't think we were going to go hunting today because it rained all night. We went sightseeing yesterday because of the weather instead of going out hunting. But we got a contact out in the Badlands, a rancher whose ranch we lease, said that the road's pretty dry. So it didn't rain as much over there as where we're staying here at Fort Robinson. So we're going to try to go hunting today. Once we get our act together here, we're going to take a couple vehicles and 10 people out into the Badlands and see what we can find here on day 3. Because the rest of the week doesn't look all that good weather-wise, so we got to get in as much hunting as we can. It's going to be freezing cold and windy today, though, so I've got a lot of layers on, but I can shed them during the day as needed. So hopefully, got everything I need, including a rain jacket, just in case this wonderful sky deteriorates. They said there could be rain this afternoon, so possible. So we're going to get moving here a little bit, and next you see us, we'll be out in the Badlands. Well, the road may not have been as dry as we were led to believe. But this is only the second time we've got stuck so far. Maybe we can manage to extricate ourselves again. Well, you missed a lot of drama, but basically we're abandoning this thing. We finally got it off the road and on the grass. We've been stuck too many times. We're gonna try and go in Bill's truck. And
we're not gonna go try. We're gonna go do it.
Okay, Bill. I like Bill's confidence. I like his confidence level. Because we ain't doing it in this truck. So, gotta transfer everything, including ourselves, somehow, 10 of us, into the other truck. This is what happens when one of your vehicles gets stuck and you got 10 people. You got 4 jammed into bed and 6 in the cab. And it's somewhat less than comfortable, but maybe we'll get there. And hopefully later in the day the road will be a little drier, we get the other truck out. But fossil hunting must continue until we hit some totally irresolvable obstacle. Well, all 10 of us got out here to the Badlands somehow in one truck. We must really like fossil hunting. And we're getting to know each other really well too, let me tell you. Hopefully the road will be a lot drier when we're ready to leave and we'll be able to get the other truck out a lot easier. But it's just too squirrely. The rear end just keeps wanting to swap ends. So we managed to make it out here. Of course, he had 1,000 pounds of extra weight in the bed, so that probably helped with the traction, something wonderful. Alright, so Steve's setting up for a shot over there. Mr. Paleo Analysis, he has his own channel. I'll put a link to it in the video description. You can check it out. And we'll be heading out into the Badlands in a bit. Spend the rest of the day out there. Unless it starts raining. Then we got to get out of here like a scalded cat before the road gets even worse. Okay, so we are barely into the Badlands. Maybe, I don't know, maybe not even 10 minutes of looking. And I guess for a change, Lady Lucky's with me. I got my wife over here. Call her Lucky Charm. But some sort of carnivore tooth down here. And it looks like it's going into the hill. So I'm going to start very slowly, carefully feeling around, see if there's more bone down here. And just bringing back the loose clay. And if there is bone, we'll jacket it. If not, I'll probably just collect the pieces and bag them. But we're going to see. Hey, look at all. There might be a jaw or a skull down here, even something else. So I guess I'm going to be on this hill for a while. It's bloody cold out here, too. Up on top of the hill in the wind. Oh well, it's worth it. It's the least of the problems that we've had so far today, getting out here. Every time I find something halfway decent, somebody else finds something spectacular. So Mike Searle over there has found a skull. So everybody's running over there to look at his skull. Well, I'm just probing around to see if there's any bone here, if there's nothing but tooth on the surface. So I'm going to go back to that. I'll go running over later and look at after I figure out whether there's any more of the skull of this critter here underneath the clay. Well, this is somewhat reminiscent of my Tyrannosaurus rex tooth find in Montana last year. In a lot of pieces. I'm going to probe around here a little more and see if there's any bone down here, but I think I am going to take a little break and go see what Mike found and maybe have some lunch. Before heading off to the area I actually wanted to go hunt when I found this. So yeah, so I'm digging up on top of this hill. I'm going to go see way over there what Mike's got. He says it's a skull in rough shape. I'm going to hunt my way over there. Yeah, that's nothing, nut bone, just rock. And see what I can find, and then finish up with mine. I got a bad feeling there's no bone under that tooth. I've been probing around, making the circuit smaller and smaller. It's just been an isolated tooth. Coyote or mountain lion poop? Wow, that's some big poop for a coyote. And there's a lot of hair in it too. All right, well, we've seen mountain lions out here before. Got to be vigilant. Okay, work my way over there.
No, I found no teeth, just some bones.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh, that's a shame. But hey, still a great find. Wish I'd found it. I gotta go back and probe around my hole some more. See if there's anything there. Well, I had about given up on finding anything else in this except for these little bits of teeth here. But, well, I got to probing around in there. There's some stuff here. I don't know if that's showing up to you, but there's something there. There's some bits of enamel in it. There may be some teeth in here. So I've coated this whole lump of clay here with boot var glue. I'll probably give it a second coat and let it dry while I have some lunch. And then I'm just going to pop this whole lump out and jacket it up in several layers of aluminum foil, put it in a plastic bag, and take it with me. You know, I'm wasting a lot of time on this, but there may be something good in there. But certainly, I don't think there's a skull down here. There doesn't seem to be any more bone in this area. But there's something inside this lump. So I'm going to take this lump with me. And at my leisure, back home someday, we'll take this lump apart and see what's inside it. All right, I'm gonna put another coat of boot var glue on this and have some lunch. Yeah, well, this is wet with boot var. It really makes the color of the enamel pop. This is enamel. That's a tooth with a root going down in here. There might actually be a section of jawbone in here. So that's why I'm taking it. I found enamel up in here and enamel up in here. So yeah, there could be a little section of jaw in there or something, because there's an awful lot of enamel, and this is an obvious tooth right here. And of course, there's all the stuff I found on the surface too. So yeah, there's something here. That's why I'm doing it. Okay, the boot var dried, and I popped this lump of clay out as a single piece, and I can see a little bit of bone right here poking out of the bottom of it. So I'm going to coat this with boot var glue just to make sure that this side stays together too, and I'll set this big clod aside somewhere, and I'll probe around to the bottom of the hole a little more just to see if there's any more bone down there that I'm missing. See if anything's going further down into the hill. just in case. Well, I'm done where I was, and moving on along. I'm going in sort of a meandering path. Where I want to be is on the other side of this big hill in front of me here, and actually a couple hills beyond that. But of course you can't walk in a straight line because there's a big ravine in front of me, and I need to hunt as I go, so just sort of taking my time, looking around each of these hills and fingers or anything. Pile of tortoise shell right there. At some point in the past, a big tortoise eroded out and fell apart. This piece of bone right there. Where it came from, I don't know. Looks like somebody was here before me, because that bone's in the middle of a dirt clod. It's been dug up. So, but I gotta keep my eyes open as I'm walking and slowly making my way over to where I want to be, where I found stuff in the past, and where not a lot of my companions seem to be heading. So, head down hunting, head up every once in a while for a course correction, and head down hunting. Alright, let me see if I can make my way over there. Of course, I keep seeing intriguing little bits of bone. That's a big chunk of tortoise shell there. Yeah, I'll look up this wash a little bit of a detour, and then back on course over here. See if I find anything. I do hope the colors of the Badlands are showing through. My goodness, it's very colorful under this muted light today. Sometimes it all just looks gray, but when the light's just right, the greens, the pinks, the blues, purples start popping out. Okay, enough jawboning. I need to be hunting. Well, I'm probably not even 50 yards from where I filmed that last segment. Look down, there's bone on the ground. Looks like the bone goes back into the hill. Lots of little pieces up here too. So I guess I'm going to have to stop and excavate. Once again, I have not made it to the area I actually wanted to hunt, and I found something else that needs excavation. So we'll see what, if anything, is in here. At least there's another piece of bone going up into the hill here. So I'm going to have to do a little digging and see what I can expose. Well, I must really love fossil hunting, because I'm sitting here on sharp rocks, ice cold ground, frigid wind blowing hard, getting sprinkled on, and uncovering what looks like a leg bone to an orient to me. I guess I will collect it. I coated it with boot var glue. I'm going to have to wait for it to dry.
I can't get any signal at all.
They're trying to figure out what the radar is doing, because if the rain's coming in seriously, we're going to have to evacuate before the road gets all greasy again. But I will probably collect this, if not today, then maybe in the future. I'll put another coat of boot var glue on it before I leave if I don't get it out, and come back. Pretty sure it's a leg bone. I will take some close-up photos in case I can't get it out, and ask some of our anatomical experts tonight. Well, I've got that pretty well excavated, and it's got another coat of boot var glue on it. I'm going to let the glue dry, flip it over, glue the other side, then package it up with foil. And while that's going on, I think I'm going to just look up this hill, because I'm pretty sure this bone and the smaller little bits of bone I see around it have probably tumbled down from higher up, and fairly recently, by how good a condition this is in. So I'll go up the hill and look and see if there's anything eroding out while I'm waiting for the glue to dry. Fortunately, the rain has stopped for the moment, so we are not panicking and evacuating the field yet. little coprolite up the hill. Basically 30 million year old poop, fossilized. I'll probably collect that. See what else is up the hill as I go. Well, I have finally made it to the set of hills I actually wanted to search. Set out this direction hours ago and kept getting distracted by fossils I would find. And spent time digging them. So, this is where I wanted to go because I found fossils here before. So let me look around here and see what I can see. It's getting late in the day. Weather's looking iffy. They may call us back to the truck any minute now, so let me get a little searching in here and see what I can find. Well, these hills almost never disappoint. And I was about to give up because I was only finding little shards of bone that I'd missed before, but got a little astragalus right here. Basically an ankle bone, probably from an Orionot. So, and it looks like there may be some other bone over here, so I will probe around and see what this is. But astragalus is good. My wife Leslie collects astragaluses from various extinct and living animals, so I'll get some husband points by giving her that. And let me probe around and see what else is in here. Well, there was nothing near that astragalus but another little fragment of bone. And speaking of fragments of bone, well, got quite the strewn field of bone here. It goes all the way up the hill, that big cactus, and all the way down here and down further. But unfortunately, this is modern bone. I would imagine cow. Looks like maybe we got a cow femur over there, the ball end of it, and who knows what. Predators have probably tore a cow apart and dropped some bones here after gnawing the meat off of them, and they're just falling apart in the sun. So yeah, unfortunately, modern bone, not interested. So gotta keep hunting. But I've only looked at one hill so far. This big monster over here. There's a couple more behind me I need to search. Well, I'm on another hill and I saw another bone, a piece of bone sticking out of the hill and some falling down below it, down the hill. And well, it's another leg bone, about the same size as the one I just dug out over there. This one is missing at least one piece, maybe two. It's not a complete bone. I think I'm going to leave it just because it's not complete. I imagine the one end has rolled down the hill and into the wash down there. I hunted, but I couldn't find it. It'd be nice if I could find all the pieces and glue it back together. I have a matching set of bones. Well, it might be two left or two rights. I don't know. Instead of a right and a left. But I couldn't find the missing piece. So I think I'm going to give up on that, but there is a lot of bone on this hill. I'm going to have to look around. There's lots of little bits. I saw another piece over there. I need to go to investigate to see if it leads to anything. There's a piece over here. And I see stuff on the other side of the hill too. So I've got to do some investigation and see what we've got on this hill, if anything at all. Maybe just isolated bits and pieces of bone. I don't know. But, you know, you got to probe around to know. What looks like just an isolated piece on the surface could be just like the edge of a jaw or part of a skull, orbital of a skull sticking out. So you never know. You got to probe. So let me get to probing. Well, I worked my way around the other side of the hill. So far, nothing spectacular. And over here, what I could see peeking over the hill is just a big field of bits and pieces of tortoise shell. So there must have been a big tortoise that eroded out of the hill here, and Mother Nature has just torn it to pieces over the years and decades. I mean, look at that piece of the shell. That must have been a huge tortoise, very huge. But now it's nothing more than hundreds of pieces washing away down the side of the hill and into the wash, unfortunately. Stuff like this, you got to find it just when it first starts peeking out of the edge of the hill, and then you can excavate it in one piece. By the time it gets to this point, it's hopeless, just a million pieces. All right, got to keep hunting. And so here's my wife. So I saw her digging on this hill for a long time, so I thought I'd wander over since I was going this general direction anyway. And she found some teeth and some little bones in here that she's all wrapped up in aluminum foil now. So you didn't get a chance to see them. Oh well, maybe later. Well, Bill has found bison skeleton over here, at least part of one. A lot of skulls, some vertebrae. Yeah.
I think this is shoulder blade. I was hoping to get his jaw, but I don't think it's sturdy enough.
Good find though. How much was showing?
Something like that.
Yeah.
And then I just started digging in underneath the grass.
Yeah. Cool.
Here's actually a piece of the jaw, but there's no teeth.
Yeah. Huh. Well.
That's what I was hoping, is to get a tooth or two.
Yeah.
Who knows, maybe I still will.
Yeah. Keep digging. Okay, after a very interesting day of fossil hunting, I think somewhat successful, we have to manage to jam all 10 of us back in the truck again and go and find the other truck. And we haven't had any significant rain and a lot of wind, so hopefully the road is a lot drier and we can get the other truck out pretty easy. That's what we're hoping. We'll see how it goes.